We still need to finish gathering offerings for the gods, so we can earn their favor. With their blessing, we will have calm waters, good winds, and much bounty. Sunniva, circa 785. Hello, I'm Andrew, and I want to welcome you to Visions of the Past, a podcast all about the lore of Assassin's Creed. This is episode 85, and today we're going to talk about the latest festival within Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Sigrblot. Before we talk about what Sigrblot is within Assassin's Creed, we must first take a look at what it actually is. Sigrblot translates to English as victory sacrifice, and is considered one of the 3 greatest blessings of the year, as mentioned in the Ynglinga saga. Traditionally, taking place in late March or early April, and coinciding with the departure of ships that were headed raiding, and even for the ones that were headed to trade. The sacrifices during this time would either have been for the upcoming raiders and trade to be bountiful, or in thanks for surviving the winter. Within Assassin's Creed, though, Sigrblot started on July 29th, and it will run until August 19th. The story of the Sigrblot festival within Assassin's Creed Valhalla starts with the lighting of a giant pyre that's in the shape of a wolf. Throughout the time in the festival, Eivor spends gathering all of the sacrifices for the various gods Baldur, Freya, and Thor. And you can make sacrifices to either one of these deities. Eventually, after Eivor gathers all of the sacrifices, be it the 3 pigs that were lost on the way to Ravensthorpe, the crates that were left over by the waterfall by the seer's hut, they all get put into a boat, shoved down the river, and Eivor sets them ablaze. That's pretty much the story behind the Sigrblot festival within the game. There are some changes within it, though. Instead of like the Yule season, which had archery and drinking, this festival brings in Orlog, and you can play Orlog for the new tokens. During the story, there is also a flighting contest, which was a nice change of pace, and the fighting ring was no longer a fist fighting tournament, it was a weapons fighting arena. The positive for the weapons fighting arena is that it introduced the single-handed sword that we haven't seen yet, that actually has the very first one available in-game within the rewards. But you can also use the dual daggers or dual shields, whichever you're most comfortable with. But if you haven't played it yet, you'll earn tokens faster by using the double blades. The other thing that comes with the story of the Sigrblot Festival is there is a lot of talk about Paris and what is going on in the city at the time. There is a conversation that you'll hear over and over again about the leader being known as the Fat, and how that must mean he's rich. This is a hint to the Siege of Paris DLC that's coming in, well, just a little over a week now. There is one mention that made me stop in my tracks and go, wait, did they just mention who I think they mentioned? And they did. They mentioned a man by the name of Siegfried. And Siegfried historically was one of the leaders of the Vikings during the Siege of Paris, leading me to believe that not only will we see Rollo again, we are going to meet Siegfried, and we will most likely meet Charles the Fat. It's nice to see that they have this tie-in with the Siege of Paris, and it leads me to believe that this festival is the Sigrblot before Eivor goes raiding to Francia, putting it probably early spring in 785. And the only other good thing that I have to say about the Sigrblot Festival is that there are new rewards. The center tree that turns into a watchtower is really cool. I like the fact that you get a single-handed sword. You don't need to be playing Siege of Paris yet. You can have the first single-handed sword in the game. Unfortunately, there is only one, so you can't dual wield it yet. The downsides of this festival was it was extremely short. This festival can be 100% completely done in under an hour. Not only can you finish the story fairly quickly, but you can gather tokens so fast it's not even funny. If you run the dual daggers, you can finish one of those 3-round fights in under 2 minutes, and there's 75 tokens. Done. Rinse, repeat, skip through the cinematics, and you're done. Usually I'm okay with short, quick things, done with it within a night, and now I'm ready for Siege of Paris. Well, I guess that's not completely true. I still have golds to get in Mastery, and I have to finish, I think, 5 more river raids at full capacity so I can empty that shop. But other than that, I'm all ready for Siege of Paris. I was in and out with Sigrblot, and it makes me worry. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why does this make you worry? It's just a little thing meant to get you into Siege of Paris. Well, it's not a worry for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Yes, I would have preferred it if the story was longer, but it was free content with free items that I didn't need to spend 3 weeks on. What makes me worried is for the future of the series. With Assassin's Creed Infinity coming out, is that the kind of update that we can see? Now, I'm sure I'm getting ahead of myself because we're still like 3 years out of Assassin's Creed Infinity. But it's those kind of things that make me think, make me go, what are we getting into? And I understand this is a free update, and I shouldn't expect lengths of paid DLC like Wrath of the Druids or Siege of Paris. It just makes me wonder what Assassin's Creed Infinity will look like and how that content will roll out. Will it be like this every 5 weeks and you're done with it in a night and you don't touch it again until something huge comes out that you got to spend $20 to $30 on? Luckily, there is, well, essentially 3 years to figure that part out. Hopefully we get more content in Valhalla that is longer, and we know we're going to get that. We have Siege of Paris coming out. We have the Muspelheim DLC that's been announced. We have Discovery Tour that is coming out, which, by the way, I'm super excited for. I have loved Origins and Odyssey's Discovery Tour, and I can't wait to see what is in Valhalla's. As much as I enjoy Assassin's Creed Valhalla, when there is a little update that I think is going to be bigger, it makes me worry about the series going forward. And I know I shouldn't, because it's just a free little festival that is meant to keep you coming back in. So you buy something like that new Charlemagne armor set with the Unibear. I don't know. I guess I'm just a little bit on the concern side on what small DLC like the Sigrblot Festival means for Assassin's Creed going forward. And I could be completely proven wrong here in the next few weeks with a super long update and DLC from Siege of Paris, which I am looking forward to, and I can't wait to send Eivor to Francia. But what do you think about the Sigrblot Festival? Am I kind of overreacting with how short it is? Is it just right? Too long? And do you think my concerns are valid? Please let me know over on Twitter at visions_AC. And I want to thank you for joining me today. Be sure to tune in every Tuesday for new episodes. If you love stories about Assassin's Creed lore, Please follow this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform. And as always, if you know someone who also enjoys the lore of Assassin's Creed, share this podcast. If you have any questions about Assassin's Creed or topics that you'd like me to cover, please feel free to hit me up on Twitter and Instagram at visions_AC, and you find those links in the show notes below. Until next time, my assassin friends, make sure to follow the Creed, and to those Templars listening, may the Father of Understanding guide you.